Let's get some insight on what's been yet another tumultuous week in Washington. For that, we turn to Leslie Sanchez, a CBS News political contributor and Republican strategist. Leslie, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's go back first to the whole issue of revoking the security clearance for ex-CIA Chief John Brennan and the backlash that's come from the intelligence community. What does this do to a relationship that the White House has had with the intelligence community that was already, very frayed?
It was very fractured, definitely, and there was such a quick response. I think what's different about this conversation is the fact now you're seeing this collective response together with particular actors such as Robert Gates, General Petraeus, people that have not particularly been in the political fray,
right,
who've remained really quiet. Some people thought because they were looking for new positions in the administration as things shifted. But you can see this is definitely a line that was crossed. And the question is, what does the security clearance mean anymore when you have individuals, as we had earlier in the administration, working throughout the White House, looking at sensitive documents, who they themselves, including the president's family, did not have clearances. So security clearance has to mean something, and they're basically standing the line.
But I guess the question, too, though, Leslie, is what kind of weight politically does this actually have in this particular administration? Because we know in other administrations what the answer to that question might be. Do we know what the answer is in the Trump White House?
For anybody else, we know what the answer would be. This is all bets are off in this case. But you raise a very important point, because the Republican Party is built on a foundation of reverence for the military, the intelligence community, and it's really one of the legs of the old Reagan three-legged stool. When you're talking about defense and national security. So for Republicans who have really kind of held their nose, supported the president, this is where that line is that you're going to start to see in the midterms, where people such as, we talk about these educated suburban folks, retired military, who are getting a bit tired with the antics, and they want to see true leadership. And this is going to be one of those dividing lines.
Leslie, in John Brennan's interview, he really called out Republicans on the Hill, saying that they need to do something before something gets worse with the president, before it gets really bad. Is there any impact from that we might see?
Well, it's divided. So a lot of people see John Brennan as that American patriot who is, regardless of the political consequence, he's taking a stand. But you've seen Republicans basically, a few Republicans come together and stand by him. So what I've heard is you can't get agreement on where Republicans should be. Some people were frustrated that a handful of senators said anything, and others are frustrated that they didn't say enough. So again, we're very conflicted within the Republican Party in terms of what they see as true leadership.
One thing that the Brennan story has managed to do is to knock Omarosa out of the headlines.
That's so hard to do. She'll be back. She'll be back.
It's a significant achievement. But have the tapes that she's released and the threat of other tapes that is out there, have they actually done any real political damage?
No, not at all. I think people have already made up their mind about a true showmanship that is the Omarosa, as she calls herself. I think we're going to continue to see an escalation of this as these tapes continue to involve the Trump family and other high-level individuals. I think that's what people are, they term as sweating bullets within the White House. You don't really know what is coming next. That anticipation is probably the biggest response you're going to get.
Meantime, you have the Paul Manafort trial, and you had President Trump weighing in on that, telling reporters in part, quote, "It's very sad what they've done to Paul Manafort." Politically, Leslie, does it make any sense for the president to keep weighing in, and why do you think he continues to do so?
Well, the hard part of that, Elaine, is he's feeling sympathy for somebody who basically was evading taxes of $50 million. I think if somebody evaded $1,400, they would be chased by the IRS, and I don't think there'd be a lot of sympathy for that. So it's odd that the president would still continue to take a stand. And you've seen Paul Manafort be increasingly very quiet. So it's not a very good political move, nor is it a good legal one.
All right, Leslie Sanchez, great to see you, Leslie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow morning on Face the Nation here on CBS, Margaret Brennan's guests will include former CIA Director and Defense Secretary Leon Panetta.